So you are using diesel or LPG for heating water up to 90 degrees centigrade. Now the government talks about electrification of heat, which means replacing diesel or LPG with electricity. But when you are comparing the operating costs of diesel and LPG with electricity, is it even comparable? Let's find out. So, how do we compare the operating costs of diesel or LPG driven hot water generator and electricity? First of all, we have to understand kilocalories versus kilowatt hour. Are they very different from each other? Both are units of energy. 860 kilocalories is nothing else but 1 kilowatt hour from units of energy perspective. Now, when you are converting kilocalories to kilowatt hour or kilowatt hour into kilocalories, what comes into picture is nothing else but the efficiency. In case of a generator or a power generator, the efficiency of the generator comes into picture. That's why people do not compare kilocalories and kilowatt hour that easily. But in a hot water generator, the kilocalories is converted into heat. In an electricity generator, the electricity consumed in kilowatt hour is consumed into water delivery in terms of kilocalories, and that kilocalories can be easily converted into kilowatt hour just by taking kilocalories and divided by 860. This is the first that we need to understand. So, what is boiler efficiency? What goes into the boiler in terms of kilocalories supplied, in terms of the fuel's calorific content, gets converted into heat by burning and then gets out as kilocalorie output of hot water that is being converted from cold stage to the hot stage. That's basically what is happening in the boiler. Then what is the efficiency? The efficiency is in terms of the losses that takes place in the flue gases or any other heat losses that is in the enclosure, etc., etc. Now, what is the usual efficiency of the boiler? Boiler manufacturers will say 95% and 90% and whatnot, but boiler efficiency usually is in the 70-75% range. Particularly if you operate the boiler at a low capacity, the boiler efficiency is more in the 50-60% range. Then, what is the true kilocalories delivered as hot water from the kilocalories input as the fuel? Let's find out. So, what are the calorific values of some of the fuel? Here is a table that shows you what are the different calorific values. Now, if you take 1 liter of diesel and take the calorific value and divide by 860, that is the number of kilowatt hour that is contained in 1 liter of diesel. Now, here is a table that shows what is the per kg and per liter calorific value of many of the fuels. Now, to find the true cost of energy delivered, you have to multiply the calorific value by the efficiency of the boiler. Let's assume it's 70%. What happens to the cost? What is the cost per kilowatt hour so that you can compare it with the electric heater? Nothing else but the calorific value of the fuel multiplied by efficiency divided by 860 and multiplied by the cost of fuel will give you the cost. So if you take a diesel based hot water generator, as you can see in the table, at a calorific value of 9,400 approximately kilocalories per liter, it delivers about 11 kilowatt hour per liter. And if you take only a 60% efficiency, every liter will be able to deliver 6.6 kilowatt hours. If you take 66 rupees per liter of diesel, the current diesel price is slightly higher than this, you will find that per kilowatt hour price of running a diesel based hot water generator is 10 rupees. Now you say, is your electricity as expensive as 10 rupees per kilowatt hour? Actually, it may not be. So it doesn't make sense for you to run a diesel based hot water generator even if your electricity prices directly are anything less than 10 rupees per kilowatt hour. But look at the last row, heat pumps. Heat pumps absorb the heat from the atmosphere and deliver more heat for every unit of electricity supplied. For every kilowatt hour of electricity supplied, heat pumps are able to deliver up to 3 kilowatt hour of heat energy. So what that means is, even if your kilowatt hour cost of electricity is 10 rupees, since it will generate 3 units of energy, per kilowatt hour cost of running a heat pump for delivering hot water is less than 3 rupees. So, if you have a diesel boiler, diesel based hot water generator or any other fuel, I have made a table that compares all the fuels and their cost per kilowatt hour based on these numbers. If you know what your efficiency is, you can work out what is the kilowatt hour of delivered heat for your existing hot water generator. We will be happy to help you with this exercise. Please contact us. Thank you very much.